Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my gosh. What? What do you mean we're recording? Oh, hello. Welcome to the Trophy Guide. This show is where I guide you through my thoughts and experiences of any PlayStation game worth playing, and maybe a few that aren't. We're going to take a deep look within the game to see my first reaction, the journey of unlocking the Platinum Trophy, and to see, is this game really worth playing at all? So come along and join me on this episode of the Trophy Guide. There, I did your stupid intro. Can I play the game now? Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? You know, maybe I do need to take a little bit of a break from Rocket League. And what better way to calm down and relax than with Campos Santos' new game, published by Panic, Firewatch. Firewatch is a unique game compared to many of the other releases out so far this year. It's actually more of an experience than a game, if I'm being perfectly honest. This first-person adventure game has you taking the role of Henry, the newly hired fire lookout for the Shoshone National Forest in Wyoming in the year 1989.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
As you learn the ropes of watching fires through the direction of your supervisor, you begin to discover that maybe everything is not as it seems in the middle of the wilderness.
There's some guy out here giving me the creeps.
The creeps? Wait, he's looking at you? Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Henry, there's something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Part of the charm of this game is the voice acting. Because the story of this game is told completely through dialogue, and since you never actually see the two main characters, a majority of this experience relies on the voice actors and the execution of their dialogue. And suffice it to say, Firewatch did not disappoint.
This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad. It's not even named on our topos.
What about Shitty Boss is gonna get me killed hill?
Oh, is that Absorka Indian? Maybe Creek?
That's actually English for not in my job description. How do you expect me to get down this?
Well, did you get that rope?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just lash it to something nearby and take it slow.
The interaction of the two main characters felt crisp, on point, and most importantly, it felt natural. Not even 2 minutes into the game, you already feel a strong connection and relatability with the characters.
No! Oh. Hey.
What the hell's wrong with you?
My shitty boss almost got me killed.
This is a very emotional game. After finishing the game and discussing it with my wife over dinner, I explained to her that the only way I could put it is it's the type of game that you'd want to play in front of the fireplace with a glass of wine. Well, that's probably because that's exactly how I did play the game. The emotional aspects grip you within 30 seconds into the game and hold you throughout, leaving you with a somber yet hopeful feeling. My favorite aspect of the game is the ability to make decisions. Now, I'm not going to give away too much since the game did just come out last week, but I made a decision during my playthrough that was a rather impulsive decision. It didn't seem like this decision would affect the game whatsoever. There was nothing within the game that prompted me to either do or not to do the specific action that I did. However, the repercussions of this decision followed me throughout the entire game. This was a very unique experience for me, and I enjoyed the atmosphere and the feeling of the game. So now let's talk about what it actually took to complete the game. Firewatch was a truly enjoyable experience. However, the gameplay was a little short. Completing the game in just under 5 hours left me with a feeling of longing, much like when my favorite TV shows like Parks and Recreation and How I Met Your Mother ended and left me begging for more. Oftentimes, before I consider engaging in any type of entertainment, I will ask myself, how much time am I going to spend enjoying this activity compared to the overall price? The formula that I use to consider whether or not it was a good purchase or not is if I can get 1 hour of entertainment for every $2 spent. So what that means is, if I pay $30 on a game, I at least want to have 15 hours of entertainment on the game. Because I am a PlayStation Plus member, I was able to get a discount on Firewatch, and it cost me $17.99 for 5 hours of gameplay. In this situation, I feel I probably overpaid a bit for Firewatch. However, that being said, even though the game was shorter than I would have liked, there was never a point in time in the game where I felt like the story wasn't being progressed. The developers were very good about keeping the narrative going and keeping the player engaged. These reasons make me still feel pretty happy about my purchase, even though it was a little more than I would typically spend. Okay, so let's talk about trophies. Being a trophy collector myself, the first thing I do whenever I get any new game is I take a look at the trophies. And this is where my first complaint of Firewatch takes place. There are only 5 trophies in the game, and none of them are a platinum trophy. There's a total of 1 bronze, 1 silver, and 3 gold trophies. And due to the length of the game, I understand not having a platinum trophy, but there were many missed opportunities to have more trophies. Even though I usually despise collection trophies, in a game like this, there should have been some sort of incentive to do a little more exploration and take a little more time to make sure that the player doesn't miss anything. Early in the game, it introduces you to a sprint option, and after using it a bit, I felt pretty guilty, like I had been missing some things because I had gone too fast. The second complaint I have for Firewatch are the controls, specifically the look sensitivity. There was no way to change the sensitivity within the game, and turning was kind of slow. However, if you held down the thumbstick, your rotation would be much quicker, but oftentimes it would overcorrect and cause you to overshoot the intended target that you were trying to look at. It was almost like a slingshot effect, where if you were trying to do a simple 180-degree turn, oftentimes it would leave you around 270 degrees and you would have to turn back a little bit to actually focus on your target. Then the third and final complaint I have for Firewatch were the load times and render times. The world of Firewatch is truly beautiful, but far too often you would break through the brush and have to pause for about 2 seconds while the world would try to render in the environment. Secondly, if you use the sprint button, every 10 to 20 seconds your character would do a slight stutter because the game was loading underneath them. Both of these loading issues made me break my immersion, and with a game that's so emotional and involved and captivating as Firewatch, you want the player to be immersed at all times. So, now that I've completed the game, what did I really think? Would I recommend this game to someone else? First, let's talk about the overall feel of the game. This means the environment, the storytelling, the artistic style, and you know what? I would have to say that Firewatch scored a 10 out of 10 in this category. I really was impressed when it came to the overall feel. However, when it comes to the mechanics, the things like the graphics rendering and the sensitivity, I would have to say that it would only score about a 7 out of 10. Then the last thing we have to look at is the completionist side, meaning how long did it take to beat the game, how many trophies were available, and the progression of the game. Usually at this point, I would show exactly what it takes to get certain trophies and which trophy was my favorite. However, you unlock all the trophies simply by playing the game. And in this category, I would have to give the game a 5 out of 10. So overall, I would say this game ranks somewhere between a 7 and an 8 in my overall opinion. I definitely enjoyed Firewatch. I do not regret 1 second getting this game, and if you like emotional games that tell a good story, I would definitely recommend picking this game up. Though I would wait to see if you could pick it up on sale on the PlayStation Store. So what did you guys think of Firewatch? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know of any other games you would like for me to cover in this video series. I'm excited to see how many games we can complete in the upcoming year. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.